Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I feel like we haven't talked in a while, so let's speak about the famous Hallelujah song. I have a lot of stuff to say. Thus, unwind and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let us dive into this one. This is the lunar calendar, then. Just so you know, this is lunar, and it's not about to change the classic. Everything will become significant in a minute. This chart is strikingly reminiscent of the lunar classic chart. The truth is that we witnessed this enormous peak when TFL was planning to finance and maintain liquidity pools on both chains, but they haven't yet expanded on the remaining parts. I bring this up in relation to the moon because there has been a fascinating shift away from fear. The head honcho and the TFL crew were behind it in the end. So, 80 billion SALT and BNB have come on fear, and Mica has been blended with it. In case you missed Rebel's leak, the FF in question is the TFL, which has invested $2 million into two separate PCL pools on the Aster port, Luna to wrap Sol and Luna to wrap BNB. You may be asking at this point whether it all makes sense. Could you please clarify what you mean? I mean, look, there's a lot of TVL in Terra. Volume is only one of its many features. Therefore, we witness fear escalating and taking actions that will essentially attract more members to their network. So, let me clarify. What am I referring to? Well, we're not exactly putting our best foot forward in a classic, Antonio, but we really should be. Unfortunately, we keep getting caught up in this wild, crazy world where we keep going back to where we started. On top of that, we are never truly productive. Who am I babbling about anyway? We just received a proposal for the Terra Classic Core Security Upgrade Package from the L1 Task Force. This is a possible $51,000 project proposal, which is good news for you. We were supposed to have transferred to the EPA position, if you recall from earlier. With this one, it's different. In order to give you an idea, I will skim this a bit. In order to build on top of Terra Classic, it's necessary to upgrade some of its elements. Here's a summary. The Core Security Upgrade Package addresses security risks and the lack of new features in the legacy components of Terra Classic. By successfully updating these core components, we can ensure that TFL support is enabled and that the system is secure. Finally, the bit where TFL provides liquidity, $2 million, is something I wholeheartedly endorse. The remainder, though, is really confusing to me, particularly when you get into an 11-week schedule with so many moving parts. Lastly, we reach the fee, which, as previously said, will amount to a $21,500 initial deposit. Consequently, $52,000 will be due with a second payment. I find it intriguing that they are the individuals who will propose to carry out the work in the end, so keep an eye on this warning. I have a question for you now. At this moment, are you putting an emphasis on stability and security in order to turn a classic? Still another possibility is that this is just how the price and chart seem. When will we examine the TVL for Terra Classic in the end? The truth is that there isn't much there. We're hoping for some action at 3.16 million, but so far it hasn't produced much of either. We would like to observe construction on the chair. Also, I'm having some trouble wrapping my brain around this kind of wild stuff. We have funding that is helping us with that burn story, and we need to keep burning. However, every time we receive these proposals, and this is just my personal opinion, feel free to share yours in the comments, it seems like someone is trying to siphon funds from the community pool and use them for something nobody has asked for yet. I also can't think of any security concerns that would make me risky or prevent me from using the chair. I would appreciate it if you could share your thoughts on this matter. Contact gaps, upgradation test nets, integration end-to-end testing, contract migrations, and a plethora of other technical details are involved, as I mentioned before. Am I genuinely focusing on the proper thing at the moment? Do we actually require this? Or, as I mentioned before, is it necessary to keep seeing burns? Adding more members to the chain is unnecessary. Bring them to the chair, please. That's the most important thing. But I've already gone on and on about our communal pool and how we can put this 300 million burned block to good use. With us, we're about to unleash that violence burn, and this is actually a solid figure. We're still staking about 15% of our INCSI, and the community pool is looking good. Also, we haven't really bought anything since, around 5 months ago. Finally, this is the most recent suggestion. However, at this time, it appears that this plan will not be implemented. Here we may observe the pass threshold, but whether decentralization is thwarted by validating as greedy remains to be seen. In the end, though, the communal pool seems to be in good shape. It is my sincere belief that the chain requires more forthright advertising. For what reasons will individuals utilize it? Going to utilize it and, certainly, developing is necessary, but what's the point? Absolutely, what must we everything said. I'm just not convinced that it's a $50 to $1,000 program that lasts 11 weeks. Given our current lack of understanding, or at least my own, let's examine the price. By clicking on the link, we can see that the current price is down 9 to 8 points, and we're still clinging to the 60-minute trend line, the most important one we have here, on the 90-white indicator. By the way, these are chart private indicators. If you're interested in using them, you can save 30% by checking out the link in the description. They provide fantastic indicators, as well as access to Discord channels and a YouTube channel. Check out that link and get the discount in the description. As I mentioned before, Chart Prime has everything you could ever want from indicators, including superior signals, reversal signals, strong signals, support lines, and more. We should be cautious, but we may be seeing a small reversal, but still fairly negative, so let's hope this price action returns to the 200-day moving average. If it does, we will be able to test the upside rebound off the support line. Tell me what you think about this suggestion. It could even be a little further pushed down in Terra Luna Classic. Does the L on Task Force team still have your support? How likely is it that people will return to our church now that we have better security? Your opinions are always fascinating to me. As always, leave a comment below and, before you go, press that like button, subscribe, and subscribe again if you want to see more videos like this. See you soon, bye.